So we're going to get to the third question for today, which are permit issues. Now, I know that across the board, a lot of cities have issues with the cost and price of permits, and a lot of residents complain about how long it takes, why it's so cumbersome to try to get a permit to change something in their home, or maybe add a pool to their home. So could you describe a little bit about the specific issues in Coral Springs with permitting for businesses or personal residential homes? And I think recently you had some type of building permit situation as well. So go ahead and share a little bit about that.
You know, one of the things that people have, sometimes they have a really great experience, with the building department and getting the permits. Our city works hard at customer service. And sometimes it doesn't work so well just because of, for whatever reason, things don't always work out. And I believe that we need to always look at the building department, always look at the permitting process, because people get frustrated and things go slow and their houses get half torn up and they're wondering when the inspection is going to come. I got to tell you though, during COVID-19, I did a pretty major building project, and it was amazing. The building department was able to help us every step of the way. It was almost like, nothing slowed us down until we got to a certain point, and there were some things that had to happen more recently. But at first, it was amazing. So. But customer service is always an issue. I remember this story from a commissioner from a couple of years ago. He's no longer a commissioner, but while he was a commissioner, he went in to do a building permit. And this was years ago. And while he was in there, it was getting to be frustrating as he was working with the permitting process. And he didn't say who he was. Now, obviously, his name was right in front there. And at a certain point, as the person that is helping him is looking down and not being that helpful, she sees his name, and then she looks up at the wall where his picture is with his name under it. And she suddenly realizes, oh my goodness, there's a commissioner in front of me. And she said, oh, we'll get right on this. And his perspective was, every citizen should get that service. And so since then, and at that time, they really kicked in a customer service focus, and things are done a lot more quickly now in Coral Springs. As I said, my experience has been very good this last year, right during that very difficult COVID thing, but there's always things that we can improve. And this is one of the areas where I would be wide open to hearing from the people of our community, because I want to find out what is their experience when they go in for permitting. I'm pretty well known in the community. But what about people that aren't as well known? And so if you have any issues that you would like to share with me so that we can talk about them and just look at why would this thing happen so slowly, I'd be happy to deal with them in the future.